The silent cry among stars, the cargo hauler. Nebula's Grace drifted through the Kepler corridor when engineer Marcus Hayes detected the distress beacon. A Velcorian life pod, drifting for weeks, broadcasting a signal that had gone unanswered across the void. Captain Sarah Webb ordered the recovery. Get Riley Foster on the team. Her communication skills might help. Riley arrived at the cargo bay as the scorched metallic pod materialized inside. Then she heard it, a high-pitched wailing that made her chest tighten. The sound of pure terror. Marcus cut through the seal. Inside, curled among depleted supplies, was a Velcorian juvenile. Small, with scales shimmering purple and silver, wings folded tight, crying desperately. But something was wrong. The creature's amber eyes didn't track their voices. When a tool clattered nearby, it didn't flinch. "It can't hear us," Riley whispered, noticing the underdeveloped ear membranes. "It's deaf," the translator buzzed uselessly. This child had been crying into darkness for weeks, never knowing if anyone would come. Riley raised her hands and signed in universal gestural language. Safe. Friend. Help. The crying stuttered. Those amber eyes locked onto her hands with desperate hope. The juvenile uncurled slightly, then lifted a trembling claw and signed back, alone, scared, dark. Marcus gasped. "It knows sign language?" "Some Velcorian families teach it," Riley explained softly. "It's considered sacred." She signed, "What's your name?" "Kyreth, call Kai, we're family." The juvenile's body collapsed inward, hands moving frantically. Ship attacked. "Mother put me in pod," said come back. Never came back. "Everyone gone." "Alone so long." "Nobody hears." Riley's tears fell freely. "Not alone anymore. We found you. We here now." Kyreth crept forward and pressed its snout into Riley's palm. The crying stopped, replaced by tiny hiccups of relief. Over the next hours, Riley stayed with Kai, signing continuously. The juvenile was starving, dehydrated, traumatized. Dr. Chen worked carefully, while Riley explained every medical procedure in gestures. Kai's small claws gripped Riley's hand throughout. "The Velcorian embassy is sending a ship," Captain Webb reported. "They've located Kai's family. The mother survived the attack but was badly injured. She's been searching desperately. When the Velcorian rescue vessel arrived 3 days later, a magnificent dragon with emerald scales emerged. Kai's mother, Thesara, moved with barely contained emotion. The reunion was tearful, mother and child signing rapidly, their claws intertwining. But before leaving, Kyreth turned to Riley one final time. The small dragon's hands moved with perfect clarity. You heard when no one else could. "Humans see the silent. Thank you for finding me in the dark." Riley signed back, vision blurred. "Thank you for trusting us. You are so brave." As the diplomatic ship departed, Marcus stood beside Riley at the viewport. Words already spreading through Velcorian networks. A human who speaks with her hands, who saved a deaf child that nobody else understood. Riley smiled softly. "Humans adapt, we learn. We find ways to connect, no matter the differences. That's what makes us special out here," Marcus agreed. "Not our weapons or technology. The fact that we refuse to let anyone suffer alone." Captain Webb joined them, her weathered face thoughtful. The Velcorian Council sent a message. They want to establish a new training program, teaching universal gestural language across their systems. They've asked if you'd be willing to help develop it, Riley. Riley watched the rescue ship disappear into the starfield. "Of course. Every child deserves to be heard, regardless of how they communicate. In the vast emptiness of space, where 1,000 species spoke 1,000 languages, one young human had proven that understanding required only one thing, the willingness to try. She'd bridged a gap that technology couldn't cross, using nothing but patience and her hands. News of the rescue spread across human and Velcorian space alike. The story became legend, the deaf dragon child, and the human who refused to let silence mean abandonment. Diplomatic relations between Earth and the Velcorian worlds strengthened. Cultural exchange programs flourished. 6 months later, Riley received a transmission from Thesara. Attached was a video of Kyreth, now healthy and thriving, teaching other young Velkorians sign language. The child's amber eyes sparkled with joy as small claws formed gestures, passing on the gift that had saved its life. The message ended with Kai signing directly to the camera. "Because of humans, I am not alone. I teach others. No one should cry in darkness unheard." Riley saved the transmission, watching it whenever the long space routes felt isolating. It reminded her why humanity ventured into the stars, not for conquest or glory, but for connection. To prove that no cry for help would go unanswered, that no child would be left alone in the dark. And that understanding could bridge any divide if someone was willing to reach across it. In the end, humanity's greatest strength wasn't written in fire or steel. It was written in the simple gesture of an outstretched hand, in the patience to learn another's language, and in the unshakable belief that every voice, spoken or silent, deserved to be heard. And somewhere among the stars, a small dragon was teaching others that lesson, one sign at a time.